I like horns, whistles, chuckles, screams, and tongues of laughter, giggle, hoop, horses, happy ever after. King, queen, prince, and prince, a bridge with a troll. Kingdom, grand or tiny, and little rabbit holes. I love puppy fish and kittens, choo-choo trains and fire trucks. Things that move and meow and quack and chickens that go cluck. I like pickles, boats, and little lines and things that fly are fun. Put them in the
Well, I've
story,
got my hat. I
please.
got a little bit of silver. So where are we headed? We're headed to Chloride, Arizona. Chloride, Arizona is actually the oldest silver mining camp in Arizona. Now, I thought I'd be able to accomplish this place in one day, but nope, I'm going to have to go back. But in the meantime, let's get to know the town a little bit. Let's get to know the people and some of the fun, quirky ways about them, and strike off on our adventure. Something very sweet and personal about this grave, the cemetery. It does feel like you're in the Old West. And you're right, they didn't have PVC then. Oh, it even extends back over into there. It's interesting. In the background there with the orb. More metal art. It's very pretty.
Jeannie Inman. I've lived in Chloride 26 years. I moved here from Carlsbad, California.
What?
I was a newspaper writer, editor at the newspaper in Oceanside, and I was doing an article about Laughlin, Nevada, and I wanted to put in other things to see and do other than gamble. So someone, actually the director of the chamber in Laughlin, suggested I come out here to Chloride, and I did. I was here about 4 hours, talked to folks, and I literally went back, wrote the article, and moved.
What?
Yeah, so
From Carlsbad? Do you know how hard I've been trying to get back to California?
really, I wouldn't go back. I mean, I love California, but
Yeah,
it's
Carlsbad
not the
especially,
same.
and
Just
Oceanside.
Yeah, just not the same as it used to be. The history
happened.
of this town. This is an old silver mining town. They found silver here in like 1866-ish. And at one time there were 2,000 people lived here. It was a big town, 7 saloons. I mean, a chocolate factory. I mean, it went on and on. It was a big deal.
Chocolate factory, and it didn't succeed.
Well, after when World War II started, the miners went to war, and they didn't want to do this anymore when they came back because they literally lived in Chloride. They had to hike, I think, peak up here 5,000 to 6,000 feet. They had to get to the mines. There were more than 70 mines. Work all day and hike back to Chloride. They just didn't want to do that, and they had the GI Bill, do something, you know, nicer.
Something different. I mean, it wasn't such physical labor. They went from physical labor to life-threatening, back to physical labor, and said, "I'm too old for this." This is what we all say eventually. We all go, "I'm too old for this."
But they found silver. Silver was the biggie. Gold, lead, zinc, copper, turquoise,
and obviously chloride.
Chloride, silver came with the chloride.
What is the
Chloride?
What do they use chloride?
Chloride now is used in medicine, in cleaning soaps, all sorts of things. But at that time, they didn't think much about the chloride part of it. They were looking for the silver and gold. They were more valuable.
So you started out as a journalist. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was in newspaper business since I was 18 years old, for like 35 years, doing different things. But when I came here, I had met a lady who had a room reservation business. So I started working for her, then I started buying into the business, and then I bought the business and expanded it. So that's what I did for a long time. I closed the business now because, you know, Travelocity and Hotels.com, I can't compete with them any longer. So, but so this, you know, it is a culture shock coming from California to a town that literally you have to create your own events. So I've been very involved with the community. In fact, right now we're setting up an event for St. Patty's Day where we have a parade. People come from all over to be in the parade, in fact.
Really? And they march down the town?
They march down the main street here, and we have gunfights, and we have live music, and we have bed and bath race, and we have a horseshoe tournament. And we have 2 major events a year, and this is one of them. This is actually the biggest one. We have car clubs coming from Las Vegas, California, just to be in our parade.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been going on longer than I've been here, about 30 years, I think.
Similar to Oatman, only quieter.
Much quieter, and we have kind of interesting businesses here. We don't have the same thing in every store.
room.
It's year round. No, it's year round.
Oh, I know where we can donate some Christmas decorations, Barrier. So how did this come to be?
I don't know. She's just, my friend's just into Christmas.
How cute. Here's what I wouldn't want to do. I wouldn't want to dust it.
I know.
This is cute though. So is it for just display or is it for sale?
Everything but the village. The village is not for sale.
Yeah. Well, Christmas year round, you've got your own little mini solvang going on here. Do you get snow up here?
We had snow Christmas Day.
That was it?
That was it. It's wonderful because it's so beautiful and it lasts about 3 hours. You know, then we don't have to deal with it. The baskets are locally made.
Okay, is that like a laundry basket? Oh, those are like totes.
A tote.
Yeah.
She has some other totes over here.
There's people who live here locally. Are the crosses made locally?
Yes, she made those also.
Yeah. There's the PVC ones up, you know, at the graveyards. Well, they'll last longer.
Yeah. Well, there's a backstory to that.
I would love to hear that.
Took down our sign on the highway. The state took it down.
It said cemetery with
No, it said Chloride. We had a billboard. I mean, a small one, but well, they decided they didn't like it, and they took it down. So the Chamber of Commerce decided that we were going to protest. So we sold PVC crosses to people in town, and we put their name on it, and we sold like 100 of them, and we took them out on the highway and planted them out there where the billboard is now. And people would come to town and they'd say, was there a bus crash out there? They thought, because they had names on every cross.
Yeah.
Then we had a ceremony. We had a rabbi, and we all dressed in black, and we had a widow that came, and we had this ceremony out there to celebrate the death of our billboard.
The death of the billboard.
and we got some media coverage because of it. And well, they finally reneged and let us put up a small billboard, but a billboard finally. But that's the backstory on the PVC crosses.
I like that. I like that. You know, need finds its way.
That's
you know,
right,
need
that's
finds its
right.
way.
Yeah.